Our government is in no position, the U.S. government that is, to be given or accepting plaudits. Mr. Clinton, by his own admission, his greatest foreign policy failure was the people of Rwanda and Burundi. Our government did nothing to stop this genocide. Question is, what can it do now to help us avert another genocide, fratricidal arrangement?
We need to forgive each other. We need to come together and let it go what happened and trying to have a common solution and common ground. Please, let's not go back.
As I said when I started, we needed to value your time here. I don't think that it's really going to be very useful to spend your time talking about the issues that you are already addressing.
There's at least a feeling among many that they will not go back home because of fear. So that at least must be addressed in some meaningful way, okay? Because that's the feeling among many Rwandans.
I actually have
right,
two
yes.
questions for the ambassador. My first question is, in Rwanda, there is a supreme law of the land that anyone who voices an opinion against the government can be sentenced to up to 20 years in prison. My question to you is, how can you guarantee me my freedom of speech if I cannot express what I think? Because if I live in fear, if I think that if I express an opinion, I'm going to go to jail, I'm not living free. Therefore, I choose to live outside of the country. You have robbed me of my birthright to live in my country because I cannot express myself. How can you guarantee me that so that I can go back and live freely in the country?
Senator Kruger.
Well, I'm honored to have been here with you. I'm honored to have been able to share with you some of my experience of living in Burundi and of visiting to Rwanda. I hope and pray that you will indeed think about the importance of what I would say is looking at the past, bringing it forward for discussion, for a chance for people to express their grief, for a chance for people to make confession, for a chance for people to purge themselves. I'm not a Catholic, but I kind of like the idea of confession. I think it's very good. It worked in South Africa. It obviously, if it exists, it has not yet worked in Rwanda, or we wouldn't have heard what we heard here today. It needs to be. It needs to be universal. I happen to believe that Burundi is very close to that because the president of that country wants to see it and is working with the United Nations to set it up. And the United Nations has already committed the funds. It's just they haven't got together on exactly the form of it. Not only the president there, but I think people of both ethnicities want to see something like that. I very much hope that the same opportunity will be grasped by the people of Rwanda, here and in Rwanda itself. And I hope that you will encourage the people in the U.S. government and people in the United Nations
to be given this opportunity, and I'll probably have another opportunity in the future to come and meet you and talk about the issues in Rwanda. And I finally have to say, please come to Rwanda and see the miracles that have happened. See how the perpetrators and survivors live together on the hills of Rwanda. See how the 1,000 hills have changed into 1,000 smiles and some 1,000 shakes. The city where you go in Africa and nobody will snatch your watch, leave alone hitting you.